Hi, I'm Dr. Suzanne Craig from the Perry Centre, and today I've got with me Dr. Alex Perry, who will be answering a few frequently asked questions. So Alex, how does acupuncture actually help with fertility?
It's a good question, Susie. We have a lot of patients come in for fertility, and I'd break those patients into two main categories: patients who are trying naturally on their own, and patients who are undergoing some form of reproductive technology, IVF or similar. And acupuncture can work in both of those cases. And the way that I would tend to think about acupuncture helping with fertility, to make it really simple, is, I think about what's the most important thing from a fertility perspective, and for me it's the environment. So when I think about environment, when we're talking to patients, we're thinking about, what's the period like? What are the emotions like? What's the diet and the lifestyle like? All of those factors contribute towards your ability to both fall pregnant and to carry the child to term. Now, what acupuncture does is it's very, very good at encouraging the better flow of blood, of increasing the volume of blood into a particular location. So for example, we do know wherever we put an acupuncture needle, you get what they call a local vasodilation. In other words, you get a vascular enlargement of the local arteries and small vessels, which brings fresh blood to the area. So if we're thinking about improving the environment from a fertility perspective, and I'm being a little bit specific, but if I wanted to increase, for example, the quality or the thickness of the lining of the uterus, then acupuncture is very good at getting blood to flow in the general direction of the uterus. So I think, from a very basic perspective, acupuncture is great at getting blood to flow. But, in terms of the things that we think about that are most important or most critical from a fertility perspective, you and I talk a lot about the role of diet and lifestyle, but also stress, don't we? And we see a lot in our patients that stress plays a major role, a very major role from our perspective in your ability to fall pregnant. And one of the great things that acupuncture does is it's excellent, in fact it's amazing at reducing stress. In fact, it's almost, sometimes it feels like a side effect, doesn't it? Someone comes in and we're treating them for, let's say it's not fertility, it might be headaches or migraines, or else is treating them for shoulder pain or something like that. And almost all of those patients will say at the end of the treatment, regardless of whether we're treating them for stress or not, gee, I feel relaxed. And that kind of result seems to carry on. And in fact, the more regularity you have with your treatment in terms of acupuncture, the more ingrained that de-stressing aspect comes into play. So I think that, how does acupuncture help with fertility? It's a hard question to answer, but I think if you think about blood flow, if you think about changing your stress profile, if you think about relaxation, then these are some of the aspects that are going to certainly play a role in helping you to fall pregnant.